Hello all, welcome to TSInfo Technologies YouTube channel. Uh, this week I came back with one more video tutorial on Power Automate Desktop. This video explains you about how to retrieve the specific Excel column values and convert that values into a list. I will show this. So let's see how to do this in Power Automate Desktop app. Open your Power Automate Desktop app about how to retrieve the values from the Excel table. This is the workspace in a Power Automate desktop where you can add the actions, drag and drop the actions from the navigation. This is the actions pane where you can search and add actions into the workspace, and this will contain the variables pane where you can see the outputs here. First, I will show the before explaining the steps, I will show you the data source, that is Excel. Here you can see this is the Excel worksheet where I have project name, project start date, project budget, project code and associated company in this. From this sheet, I wanted to retrieve the value of project names from green infrastructure upgrade to the sustainable energy project. So these all the values I wanted to retrieve from the project name column and convert the values into a list. Let's see how we can do this. So I came back to the Power Automate desktop again. Here first you need to launch the Excel. Under the actions pane, you can search for launch Excel. Then it will show the all the actions that are associated with the Excel. You can see here it will show all the actions that are associated with the Excel, and when you drag and drop it here into the workspace, it will add that action into the workspace. When you click on that launch Excel, it will show the parameters that you need to insert into the launch Excel action. In the launch Excel, from the options, select a open. If you have an existing document, select and open the following document option. Here I do have existing Excel file, so I took and open the following document. If you wanted to open a blank document, you can select with a blank document option, and from here provide the file path. You can directly provide the file path here by copying it from your document, by copying its path in your local system, or else you can also select the file icon here. Then it will show all the documents that are present in your desktop. Then select the file here and click on open. Then it will directly add that document path here into the launch Excel. If you want the Excel to visible on your desktop, then toggle on this make instance visible, and it will produce the variable that is Excel instance. This will open the Excel file in your desktop. And when you click on save, then it will save to the workspace. Now we have the Excel file ready. Let's get the first free and then add get first free column and row from the Excel worksheet. It retrieves the first free column and row of the worksheet. Let me show you what is the first free column and the first free row. So here this is the first free row. Up to 10 the data has been filled, and this is the first free row 11, and F will be the first free column. If we wanted to get the first free column dynamically, we need to if we wanted to get this column, that is end column, from the Excel worksheet, we need to subtract first free column minus 1. As similar to that, if we wanted to get the end row from the Excel worksheet, we need to subtract first free row minus 1. Then it will get the 10th row here, that is sustainable energy. So I took that action here, that is get first free column and free row from the Excel variables, that is first free column and the first free row. Then click on save. After that, add select cells in a Excel worksheet action. This action you can found under the Excel. When you click on Excel, it will show all the advanced parameters that are present under the Excel. You can see here, select cells in the Excel worksheet. This is the action that I have added here. Here we wanted to select the cells in an Excel worksheet that I wanted to retrieve. Here I wanted to retrieve the column and the cells of the project name, which is starting from the green infrastructure upgrade to the sustainable energy project. So in the select cells, it will select a range of cells that are present in the worksheet of an Excel. In the Excel worksheet, it will be automatically selected by default from the previous actions. In the options of select, I have selected the range of cells and then column I wanted to retrieve. Let me open the Excel sheet again. Here the start column is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the start row. From which row I wanted to retrieve is second row, because the column, the values of the project name are starting from row 2, that is green infrastructure project. In the first row, it contains the column headers like project name, project start date, budget, etc. So here in the, I took the start column value as 1 and the start row value as 2, and the end column is also like, I wanted to retrieve only the values present in this project name. So I took the end column is also 1. I don't want to retrieve the project start date, project budget, etc. So I wanted to only retrieve the values from the project name. So I took the end column as 1 and the end row. How we can get the end row? As I told you, to get the end row, we need to subtract the first free column minus 1. Then it will get the end row of a Excel worksheet. Here, the first free row can we take from the dynamic content. As you can see, this is the first free row. When you open this, then it will add first free row variable with the percentage space minus 1. So this is how you should insert the first free row minus 1. I have already added this, so I will delete this and click on save. Now we have selected the cells. Now this action will select the cells that are present in the Excel worksheet. We have to copy the cells that have been selected in the worksheet. So add a copy cells from the Excel worksheet. This is the action that we need to add copy cells from the Excel worksheet. When I open this, it has two parameters. It copies, this action will copies a range of cells from the active worksheet of an Excel instant. It is selected automatically by default, or else if it is not have been selected, you can also select it from the drop down copy mode. Here it displays the multiple options, that is the value of cells, value from a range of cells. We have already selected the range of cells, so I took this option. I have selected this option, values from the selection option, and click on save. Then it will copy the cell values that are present in the Excel worksheet. Then we need to get a clipboard text. The values has been copied now, and now we wanted to get that text from the clipboard. So I took here the get clipboard text action, and this action will store the text into a clipboard, and click on save. Here you don't need to provide any parameters, so it will directly produce the variables, that is get clipboard text, and click on save. Then now we have all the values. It will retrieve all the values, and we have the values retrieved. Now it will retrieve all the values, and now we wanted to convert that values in the form of a list. To convert the values into the form of a list, we have to split the text. So I took split text action. In the split text, we have all the values stored in a clipboard text. So in the text to split parameter, we need to select clipboard text variable. As you can see, if you click on this, it will select the clipboard text action, and then here by which it will ask for the delimiter type on based on a specific delimiter or a regular expression. It will split the text. Here I'm selecting the delimiter type as standard because I'm splitting the text values based on the standard delimiter, that is a new line. Select the delimiter type as standard. If you have standard delimiters, the standard delimiters will include space, tab and new line. If you have the custom delimiters like comma or exclamation like that, you can select the custom delimiter, and in the here then it will, you can provide the custom delimiter. In the standard delimiter type, I have selected the new line, and the times, how many times it has been present, select it as one. Here it will produce the different here in the variables produced, I have renamed this variable produced to project names list and click on save. We have already, I have opened the Excel sheet on my desktop. So now to close that Excel worksheet, you can use the close Excel action. In the close Excel action, in the instant of Excel, it will directly take the Excel instant, and before closing Excel, it has three options, that is do not save document and save as document. You can select any one of these options here, and I don't want to save this document, so I have selected the do not save document option, and then click on save. To display the values that has been split into a list, I took a set variable action. In the set variable, in this set variable will store the values of a new or existing variable, or it will create a new variable or override a previously created variable. In the variable, I have renamed the variable as project names. In the value, I took the value of the project names list that has been produced from the split text action. You can see here, you can project names list, and click on save. When the flow is ready, you can save the flow. You can save the flow first and then execute the flow by tapping on run action. You can tap on the run action and the flow starts running, and the flow executed successfully. And on the right side, you can see the variables pane. Inside the project names, that is set variable, I will show you the values of the Excel sheet project names list. You can see this produced a list of text values, which is starting from the green infrastructure upgrade to sustainable energy project. This is how to get the values from the Excel. This is how to, let me close this. This is how to get a values from a specific column in an Excel worksheet and convert that values into a list. Last n rows or n values from your Excel column. I will also provide this link in the YouTube description. You can go and check it out there. So that's it for today, and let's see you back. Click on the thumbs up icon on this video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's see you back with one more video tutorial on Power Automate next week.